ever heard of a business that's a total giant, but only in the real world? Like online, they're basically a ghost? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to break down the super weird case of a company called Crawford Roofing. This place is a huge success, but if you go looking for them online, it's like they've just vanished. So, where does this all begin? We have to go way back. I'm talking 1936. Yeah, 1936. To put that into perspective for you, this company was out there building its reputation, earning trust in their community way, way before anyone had even dreamed up the internet. And what they managed to build it's just incredible, really. This isn't some small-time shop. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar operation, a true pillar of the community down in Pampa, Texas. And get this. They've got a perfect A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. So by any real-world measure you can think of, this company is a huge, massive success. So that brings us to the big question, right? The whole reason we're talking about this. If they're that successful, why does it feel like they're a complete ghost online? How can their digital footprint be so tiny? Okay, so let's get into it. First up, the Texas legacy. Because to really get this paradox, you first have to understand just how successful this business is in the real world. We're talking about a reputation that's been built over 85 years, literally brick by brick. And this timeline, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? It really shows that deep, deep history. I mean, look at this. From setting up shop locally back in '58, all the way to getting that BBB accreditation in '97, you just see this constant, steady presence. This is not some company that just popped up overnight. No way. This is a local institution. And the numbers, wow, the numbers really back it up. We are not talking about a small family shop here. They're pulling in an estimated $8.6 million a year. They have a team of 37 employees, and it's been run by the same family for generations. I mean, this just screams major regional player with trust built up over decades. Okay, so now, let's switch gears. Let's look at the digital world, because this is where that same real-world giant just seems to vanish. And the difference, believe me, it is absolutely jarring. And right here, this is where the problem just slaps you in the face. After more than 85 years in business, after serving probably thousands and thousands of happy customers, Crawford Roofing has, wait for it, 7 Google reviews. I mean, just 7. At the same time, their competitors, they're sitting on 150, 200+ reviews. So if you're a new customer and you're searching online, they might as well be invisible. And you know what makes it even worse? Their online identity is totally split. They're trying to be two things at once, Crawford Roofing and also Crawford Exteriors. They've got different websites, different branding, and all this does is split their power online and just flat out confuse anyone who's trying to find them. But here's the really ironic part. The few reviews they do have, they're glowing. They're 5-star reviews. People love their work. So the problem has nothing to do with their quality. It's that they have absolutely no system in place to capture all that great feedback and get it online where it matters. So you gotta be asking yourself, right? How does a disconnect this big even happen? Well, it's not just one single thing. It's actually a whole bunch of issues that honestly are super common for businesses that came up before the internet took over everything. So let's diagnose the problem. Okay, so this whole digital ghost thing, it really comes down to a few key weaknesses. You've got inconsistent info all over the web. You've got that confusing two-brand strategy we just talked about. Every single one of these things is like a roadblock, stopping their incredible real-world reputation from making it online. And that rich history, that should be their secret weapon, but it's just sitting there, completely unused. One of the biggest technical problems here is something called NAP consistency. And NAP just stands for name, address, and phone number. See, if that basic info is different across a bunch of online websites and directories, which it is for Crawford, search engines like Google get really confused. And when Google's confused, it basically penalizes you. It pushes you down in the search results, making you even more of a ghost. But look, here's the good news. This is not a lost cause. Not at all. This is a totally solvable problem. You absolutely can build a digital foundation that connects their real-world reputation to the online world. So let's check out the blueprint for how to do it. All right, the path forward is actually pretty straightforward. It's a 4-step plan. Step 1, unify the brand. Pick one name and stick with it. Step 2, make getting reviews a system. Ask for feedback automatically after every single job. Step 3, Take that amazing 85-year history and turn it into content that builds trust online. And finally, step 4, be transparent. Show people what you're all about. This is a roadmap for taking all that real-world trust and turning it into online power. And it's so important to realize this isn't just about one company in Texas. Not at all. Crawford's story is the story of countless trusted local businesses all over the country. You know the ones I'm talking about. The businesses that built their success on a good reputation and a firm handshake, way before a Google search was how you found anything. And this chart, this really explains why this problem is so common. For decades, 90% of their business came from two things: word of mouth and repeat customers. And for a really long time, that was all you needed. But that little slice of the pie for online search, well, it's getting bigger and bigger every single year. And the old way of doing things, it just isn't enough anymore. So this leaves us with one last kind of heavy thought. Just think about the local businesses in your own town. The plumber, the mechanic, the contractor your family has used for years. How many of them are just like Crawford Roofing, absolute giants in the neighborhood, but total ghosts online? And maybe just one click away from disappearing for the next generation of customers.